Yeah, one hex actually, but like I said, unfortunately the one like heroic effort he uses to get the hex out on the monk got wasted because they overlap clone with it completely. But
Yeah.
the one thing I think that they actually should be doing, and one thing that I've played these kind of matchups with Cedo a lot. One thing I think is really good to do is Shadow Fury hexes. If the monk is in range, you can Shadow Fury the DPS off Shaman. You can hex them, or simply just stop spread pressure so much because your monk like. Even if you don't have them CC'd as much, you still can win eventually once you get through all the fear breaks with just clones and fears. But the Shaman can't live with both DPS on him, so Shadow Fury hexes on the Warrior or the DK are actually very, very effective because those are pretty much guaranteed, and if you can start getting those out consistently, it's a big deal.
Yeah, the Warlock was actually using most of his Shadow Fears on the Monk that game.
Yeah.
Get fears, which I guess as you said is kind of makes it a lot harder for the Shaman to live. And the Monk was playing that Ring of Peace spec, and that is one of the best abilities in the game. Like I swear, putting a Ring of Peace like it's just a 3-second blanket silence is really, really powerful on anyone at the right.
Very good.
So
yeah,
so just solid play coming from the Monk TSG team. It's very good against Shaman Fear, but against other stuff, it's it hard counters, it gets hard counter, and I think for this matchup I'm going to be getting booted off. Okay. So you're going to be the one going through this matchup, and I think. Yeah, that's how it's going to be working out.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, no hate on the CSG. They played it exactly how they had to. It's a bit of that's a bit of a tough matchup for the Moonkin Warlock Shaman team, but they're not out of it just yet. There is a lower bracket, and the TSG played well, so rightfully so. They're going to move on, and we're going to have to see what this next matchup is going to be. How that's going to go. It is going to be Trille's team, PvPratings.com, Bluckstack, Hexer, and Trille Bartome. Going to be going up against Team Tesoro, and that is going to be Foxita, Garnet, and Furterus playing a Feral LSD. So there's going to be, I do believe, a Warlock, Resto Shaman, Feral Druid, which should be interesting. I'm not sure how strong that is. I haven't played that in a long time. Probably the last time I played that was with you, which was probably like forever ago.
Yeah. I've been playing some, like, the way that matchup works is, like, against WLS and against Feral, you kind of have to, both teams just kind of have to kill the Shaman. Like, there's not much else to do. Like, you're not gonna sit a Feral and a Warrior and a Warrior and a Feral. It doesn't make sense. Like, nothing's gonna, it's not gonna work. Maybe the Warrior can go in the Feral, but the Feral cannot go in the Warrior. Like, that's never gonna be a viable strat. The Warrior just doesn't take enough damage to where you're gonna be getting enough pressure against the WLS team to actually end up scoring a kill. I don't think the Warlock's a viable target for the Feral Druid either, especially if he's running Blood Horror, because Blood Horror on a Feral Druid with fears and stuff is just going to send him so far across the map that there's... I feel like both teams are just going to go on the Shaman, and I think that with the Mortal Strike and a Warrior with the amount of fear breaks he has on a Shaman is more powerful than a Feral on a Shaman, even though Feral has a hard time, being peeled off the Shaman except with fears. So we're going to have to see kind of how the teams are going to play it, but I think that's how it should maybe play out. But I think the WLS team has more options.
Do you think the Feral team can win on mana? Just press Skull Bash on cooldown, like on the Shaman? Is that a thing or?
I think with Mortal Strike effects, I don't think so. I think the WLS is just gonna have a lot more pressure than the Feral team, so it's not gonna matter so much. But playing a comp that is able to actually get on the Shaman and tunnel him, I just feel like Feral's gonna be peeled off a lot. But Skull Bashing on cooldown is actually surprisingly effective, even though it is really lame.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to see. I haven't seen FLS this season, really. I haven't really run it much myself. I've run, like, Feral Lock Paladin and stuff, but not so much FLS.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. And they are going to use that account, so...
I'll be booted off. And I'll just watch the games in the stream,
Okay. That sounds good. Let's see. Foxita. Let's see if I can. Okay. Party leader. And as soon as I get the party leaders, then we will queue all up. Okay. Is Tesoro. Foxita. Okay. Cool. Oh, they need 2 minutes. Alright, so we're just going to be a minute or two, guys. In the meantime, you guys can check out ProGameX.com. That is the sponsor for the tournament, putting up the money, and also a pretty cool new website. So you guys can check them out. They gave me a little bit about the website. ProGameX is a newly created gaming community. It is actually a powerful platform to show your skills and be rewarded. Directly connect with top players, follow and talk to them, play with professionals, as well as get coaching from them. Stay updated on the most important events of the community, such as show matches, tournaments, and interactive streams. build your teams, participate in tournaments, and it's already been developed for WoW, but they're going to be adding functionality for League of Legends as well as Dota 2. So check that out, guys, and you can follow them on Twitter at ProGameX.com.
Yeah, so another great information website for all the WoWners to check out.
Yeah,
I'll be checking it out when it comes out. Have you seen much of the new patch notes that came out recently for the new expansion?
I have not. I looked at the Warlock bit. But
actually, it looks like they're heading in a better direction. At least this expansion, in some ways.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I feel like patch notes and stuff are just
they're meaningless until the game actually comes out.
Exactly, because it's like people like see new abilities like that's so overpowered, but it's like you don't know what the game is going to be like at all. So I never really care about patch notes because I just think they're irrelevant until the game's actually out and you get to try it. It could be amazing, it could be horrible. You don't really know until you play the game, right? You can't really tell from just patch notes.
The kind of promising things that I see though that I kind of do like is the way that they're kind of changing healing to make it more so like it takes a long time to top someone, but it also takes a long time to kill someone. Is what they're kind of aiming to do, and then also CCs are like kind of lasting less and take a longer time to cast, and everything's kind of casted. There's no more like NS Cyclone, no more like Palm Poly, which I like more so than the way the game is now.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of things that I think might stick that are kind of cool to see. But yeah, everything else is kind of irrelevant. As you said, everything
like that as well. I mean, I like the whole casted CC thing. I think that's definitely a good idea. But at the same time, if there's no instant CC type things and and cleave themes and whatever, aren't kind of like adjusted accordingly, then they can just become unstoppable gods, like where they just sit on, like you just sit on the druid or whatever, and you can't NS clone anymore. You just sit on the mage. You can never get a sheep or a ring or anything the entire game. So
yeah,
it all just depends on what other adjustments they make. If there's good other adjustments, it could be an amazing change. I think moving the game towards more casting is great. But anyway, we'll see. The game is going to be starting up here, guys, and we will be following Trilly out here. He's going to be starting right off the bat. He's going to get the charge in onto Foxita. Foxita actually trinkets immediately, pops his Demon Soul here. He did get his Gateway off, but just barely got it off. He almost missed it. And now let's swap over onto Garnet here. We can see Trilly killing off that healing stream, killing off the Windwalk right away, and he's going to just be chasing after this Shaman, it looks like. We can see the Death Coil coming out onto Garnet, onto this Shaman. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Stormbolt comes off of that. And Reckless, everything being popped here immediately onto Garnet. The Shockwave following that up as well. Garnet could be going down here, but he does get behind the pillar. He pops that Ascendance. He's going to have to gate out of there, I do believe. There's the Gateway, though. Is the Heroic Leap available? No. Yes, it is now available. And he's going to be able to get right back on him. That Gateway really is doing nothing at all here for Garnet. His Warrior's mobility is just absolutely insane. It looks like Trilly just wants to train the Shaman into the ground. We're going to see how that works out for him. The Disarm was thrown over on a Furtorus, who is sitting onto Hexer, so both teams going for that Shaman, as Yips did predict, but so far, it was looking like the WLS had the advantage, but now the cooldowns are having to come out of Hexer here. Hexer getting down very low, actually, down to 200k HP, and they're making the swaps over on a Furtorus, so you can see Trilly going into battle stance even, trying to get this guy off of his Shaman, but he's just not able to do it just yet. Hexer really starting to struggle a bit. The Battlemaster does come out. A nice Cyclone over onto Bloodstack there from Furtorus, so doing a good job, and still Hexer sitting low as the Battlemaster is about to expire. The Shockwave does come in to peel, but Hexer could be going down. At the same time, Garnet is actually getting pretty low here as well, with Trilly on the back of him, and Trilly starting to rock to those dots. We'll see if they're going to make a swap over on a Trilly or not. He's down to about 200k HP. He was sitting in battle stance and may have to actually, swap out of that, as he has been taking quite a bit of damage. But look at Hexer. Hexer got down to about 80k right there. Almost went down to Furtorus. Furtorus has just been getting insane pressure out all by himself. He's killing off every healing stream. He's killing off all these totems. Garnet starting to rot down a lot, though. Blukstack does get skull bashed there by Furtorus. Nicely played by him, but Garnet is going to be able to top himself back off, and Hexer, is up way on mana, unfortunately, for this FLS team. Garnet just trying to pull back right now, maybe trying to go for a drink. He does have a mana tide down right now, and that's going to help him out quite a bit with these mana problems. Trilly is rotting, though. Hexer's still sitting pretty low. That Unleash Shield is going to land with Trilly having peeled Furtorus off, and that will give him enough time to actually be able to top his team back off. Bloodstack, you can see him getting feared back up. The Bark's going to be popped there by Furtorus. Deathpool coming in onto Garnet. Trilly down very, very low, though. Has to be a bit careful. Trilly down to 200k. Hexer was down very low as well. Garnet could go down here, though. Garnet is going to pop the stone for him. May have to gate out of there. I'm not sure if it's available. Going for the healing surge. He's going to get charged on that by Trilly. And Trilly looking to finish him off. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it. Battlemaster does come up. Healing Tide being dropped down there by Hexer. Hexer does have the Zerker's Grace up as well, and he's going to get maimed. The Halotera does come in. We see Zerker's Rage there used. The swap over on a Furterus as he is shockwaved up. Battle stance out here for Trilly, trying to get that damage out as much as possible. Garnet going to be swapped over onto once again. Furterus very low. Garnet very low. The Shadow Fury does come in to peel for Garnet. We'll see if he's going to be able to ever top his team back off, though. He's very low on mana. He's going to get Death Coiled. He's at 250k HP. I'm not sure if the Gateway is available. Halotera does come in. He's trying to get over to the Gateway. He's down to 100k HP. Hexer, very, very low as well, though. Both Shamans getting so low, but a massive heal there from Hexer. Hexer went up to 850,000 HP. Oh my god. Garnet, though, is just so right now. If Trilly can get back to him, he's going to get finished off. And we can see the Reckless has been popping. I think this is going to be it for Garnet. He's surely going to go down. No, barely able to get the Spirit Link off with about 7,000 HP. And wow, very, very close to a kill there. But Hexer still has quite a lot of mana. And I think Garnet is just going to be trained until he's dead. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to let him get a chance to get mana back here. We can see Furterus actually taking quite a bit of damage here himself. He's going to have to pop the disarm right now onto him. We see Garnet going to be death coiled up once again, and Blukstack just chasing after him, keeping those dots up. The Stormbolt did come in there onto him, onto Garnet, and Demon Soul going to be popped here once again by Blukstack. I'm just trying to get that damage out. He's going to be cloned off, though. And Garnet has been doing a great job surviving, honestly. With very, very low mana. Kind of surprising he's been living this long, but I just don't see him ever getting a way to get the mana back. And Furterus, I think, may go down here. He does pop his shield wall, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Trilly actually getting very, very low. Hexer has been neglecting healing him, trying to have a little bit of a Hex battle with Garnet. And shield wall has to be popped there by Trilly, so Furterus really turning things around there for his team, but still Garnet so low, and the Primal Instinct has ended. That shield wall from the Feral has ended. He's down to 90k HP, a 70k HP. His Hellstone's up in a couple seconds, 50k HP. He's in bear form, trying to stay alive. Trilly is very, very low as well, though. Hexer really struggling. Both teams very, very close. Can Furterus actually stay up? The Healing Tide to get dropped once again, and they're so low. He's just going to go offensive. He goes into cap form. He gets topped off by Garnet. Could they get a kill here? I'm not really sure. Both teams still sitting very, very low. Hexer now has topped his team off quite a bit. Garnet's still sitting at 300k, is still but he's still alive. And oh my god, Hexer may actually go down here. Hexer does gate out of there. We do see that the Nature's Guardian has procced once again. He's going to be able to heal himself back up here behind the pillar. And will it be enough? He's going to go back in. He's trying to get back over onto Trilly and help Trilly out. Who was taking quite a bit of damage. He does fake the CS there. Nice job by Hexer faking that CS from Foxita. Garnet has gotten a little bit of mana back, though, and they're still alive. The Hex does come out onto Foxita. Will they be able to cover that? That would be nice, but no, it is decursed immediately by Garnet, so well played by him. And Trilly is actually cloned up pretty low. They're going to swap it over onto Hexer briefly. Another clone comes out onto Trilly. Hexer now fully dotted up, and this Feral's right on the back of him. He's trying to fake that pummel. He's not going to be able to do it just yet. We do see that full fear comes in on Fritter, so that's going to give him the time he needs. And now Foxita is going to be the target. He's down to 300k HP. Does have that Blood Horror available pretty soon, but he's in some trouble. His Trinket comes out. Will he be able to survive? The heals go up from Foxita. But Garnet now is going to be the target once again. The Nature's Guardian does proc for him as well. And he's going to have that unleash up. He's going to be able to heal himself back up here. Can he actually go for a drink? I don't think so, because Fritterus may go down. Once again, Barkston is up, but he's at 60k, 20k. There's no way he's going to survive this, I don't think. But just in time, a heal does come in. Garnet's going to get X. I think that was an NS Hex, in fact. Fritterus, is he actually going to survive from this? Foxita's now so low. Everyone is just getting so low on this FLS team. This is ridiculous. They're getting very, very pressured here. We do see that Hexer is once again getting pretty low on mana, and Foxita is down to 300k HP. Fritterus just trying to chase away onto this warrior, and Trilly is actually getting very, very low, down to 200k HP. Could they actually turn this around? I feel like this would be a pretty big upset if this FLS is able to get a kill here. But once again, another massive heal comes in from Hexer, who did have the Spirit Walker's Grace pop. And Garnet is going to be the target. Gets caught in the shockwave. He's going to have to trigger that as the coil comes out. The Spirit Link goes down, but they're all down to about 100k HP, 250k HP right now. And the swap comes in onto Foxy. He doesn't have his heals up for a little bit. He's down so low. Riding these dots. The Soul Drain comes in. The swap comes out. And I think this is going to be it. Can he actually survive? Another heal comes in. The Spirit Walker's Grace goes up. Is he going to be able to actually live this? This is ridiculous. They're surviving so well. I can't believe they're still alive. Garnet has been for like so long. This is ridiculous that they are actually still alive. Really well played here by Garnet in game 1, I have to say. And Bluckstack now starting to rot. And as I said, the mana slowly starting to even out. If they can actually keep surviving against all the odds, they might actually be able to do this here. As Hexer's starting to get low on mana, the Fear and the Clone come out onto Bluckstack. We see Garnet though down to 250k HP, 200,000 HP, going for the Healing Surge, trying to fake that pummel. The NS comes out. He almost has his Mana Tide, as you can see, 5 seconds on the Mana Tide. And Trilly, so low. The NS comes out, the Healing Surge goes up as well. Hexer is going to be hexed up by Garnet. And Garnet has that Mana Tide available, but he needs to get away from Trilly before he can actually use it, or it's just going to get killed right away. And Trilly now, the shield wall is going to be expiring. Garnet's going to get coiled. Fritterus down pretty low here as well, but the Cyclone comes out onto Hexer, and Trilly could actually be going down here. 100k HP on Trilly. He's going to pop the die by the sword. Will it be enough, though? Hexer is going to get Shadow Fury now. The Soul Drain was coming in, but he gets topped up above that. Another heal coming in there. Battlemaster once again having to be popped here by Garnet. We can see Fritterus getting some big damage out here onto Trilly. And Trilly, has stabilized on HP. Bluckstack getting a little bit low, though. We do see that Bluckstack going to be cloned up. And there's a charge over onto Foxita. Foxita down about half HP. Garnet has stabilized his team somehow, some way. The Shockwave coming in. Going to hit both Foxita and Fritterus. Now the Stormbolt over onto Garnet. He's going to swap it over onto him. WLS having so much trouble actually finishing out this game. But we do see they're full HP right now, and big damage is coming out on Garnet. Garnet does have the Unleash up. The Nature's Guardian does proc. He's going to have to unfortunately use the Unleash on a Riptide, which is not going to heal him for enough, I don't think. He's down to 100k. Does he have anything left here? A nice Disrupting Roar comes in. The Maim over onto Hexer. Hexer is trying to get finished back off by Fritterus. Hexer is actually down pretty low. He's down to about half HP, but he's not even dotted up at this point. And now he's going to have the full dots on him. Hexer could be in some trouble as well. Garnet on the other side of the map is Stormbolted. But he's going to have the nice capstun into a Fear onto Trilly. Trilly does Zerker Rage that, but Garnet is just trying to do the best that he can to actually kite away from this. He's at 5,000 mana. Just ridiculous that he is still alive. He's swapping over to the Water Shield. And Trilly, for now, is going to give up on him. No, now the Death Coil comes in, and that's going to be the swap right back over onto him. They're just trying to train him into the ground. The Trinket comes up, the Stormform goes out as well. Ascendance has been popped once again here by Garden. And we do see that the Nature's Guardian is procced again, and he just refuses to die right now. They just can't finish him off. Fritterus is going to kill off that healing stream. Garnet, it has to go down soon, you would think. The Shadow Fury comes out to peel, though. Nicely played there by Foxita. The Fear does come out onto Hexer. That's going to be tremored up. The Healing Tide goes down as well. Trilly Bartoma in some trouble here. He's down to about 150k HP. Fritterus, though, down to 100k as well. He pops the Primal Instinct. That shield wall going up for the Feral. Will it be enough? 50k HP on the Feral. He gets another heal from Garnet. Garnet, though, going to be hexed. He needs to decurse that. He is going to be able to do it. Well played there by Fritterus to get that decurse under all that pressure, and another heal is going to come in. And now a Fear comes out on a Hexer. Hexer is going to be stuck in that. The Fear is going to be trinketed by Foxita. He's trying to get some damage out everywhere. Trilly is actually very low. He doesn't have shield wall for a bit. Can they actually finish him off here? He's in a bad spot. Trilly's way overextended. The MCS comes out on a Hexer. Sentence has been popped here by Hexer. Hexer trying to heal him back up. Will he be able to do it? It looks like he is going to be able to land those heals. I think he's going to be fine for now. And the shield wall should be back up here relatively shortly. So I think they have kind of survived that little window. But we will see as Trilly's still sitting very low. Garnet's sitting very low as well. Haunt is up on him. The Healing Tide goes down again. 100k, 20k. This is surely going to be it. 10k. He does go down. And I think the Spirit Link actually went down there, but it didn't actually register. Yeah, the Spirit Link just got used, I do believe, by Garnet. I'm not sure if anyone was the people weren't in it, or just didn't distribute the HP or what, but a really well played game there by both sides. Very exciting game, honestly. It was really close. So really good job. But I mean, pretty ridiculous how long those teams are living with so little mana, and the damage relatively even on both sides. Actually, both Warlocks doing very comparable damage. Trilly doing a bit more damage than Fritterus, but Fritterus has quite a bit of healing done as well, and was getting out some pretty good CC. So well played game. WLS is going to take the first map, though. They are going to be up 1. It will be the FLS's map pick here, and for some reason the game seems to have zoomed back in again, so I'm going to try relogging and see if that'll fix it again. And, yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think the kill target is Shaman for both teams, although the FLS did have to kind of peel, and that's kind of how the matchup goes. You can go Shaman for a while, but then eventually you're kind of forced back to peel the Warrior off your own team because you're just taking too much pressure because you can't actually get the Warrior off your Shaman. But really well played by the FLS, actually. They played that extremely, really good. Yeah, I'm surprised that they lasted so long.
Yeah, the Shaman actually played really well, man. I thought he was going to die way earlier, and they actually almost killed Trilly a bunch of times. Like, they were actually really close to killing him. Like, he'd already gone through all his cooldowns. The Shaman still had cooldowns when he was really low. Like, you know, he was under a lot of pressure, but I never really thought he was going to die. But Trilly actually, you know, could have gone down a couple times there, so very well played.
Good job by definitely good job by the FLS staying alive and getting as much pressure as they did. It's a really hard matchup for them, but obviously, you know, they can make things happen.
Yeah.
Like any good team can make things happen, so very close game.
Yep. Okay. And we're going to be getting queued up. They choose Lordaeron. Makes sense, but I mean, it kind of works. You know, it's not. I wouldn't say it really gives them an advantage because the thing is, it's like, you know, sure.
Lordaeron with Warriors is insane as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they can train the Shaman very well, but so can the other teams. So I mean,
like if you ask any WLS, like what's your best map, like every WLS will instantly say Runes of Lordaeron.
Well,
like,
it depends what you fight against. Like, you wouldn't be saying that.
Like anything that's not a cleave.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's some teams maybe you don't want to fight on that, but yeah, again, if you're trying to train a healer, I agree for sure. It's obviously the healer training map. But both teams are trying to do that, so it's a very aggressive choice from this FLS, and you know they played admirably, and you know they're definitely not out of it just yet. That game could have gone either way, so. Although, to be fair, the Feral did live with like 0 HP earlier in the game.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, just kind of a little perspective, though, Feral does tons of damage with full gear. Like, Feral bleeds with, like, Trinket proc, and you have 12-15% damage, you know, from Nature's Vigil and stuff. And with Dancing Steel, like, your bleeds can be critting for, like, upwards of 40,000, which is insane.
My Warlock dots still tick for, like, 3k, dude. What is this game?
I'm just 40k bleed ticks all day, you know, every 2 seconds. It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty wild, man, but,
Feral bleeds are they're pretty nuts once, you know, with all the modifiers on them, especially, like, you can get some pretty wild ticks. So Feral damage is nothing to laugh at, especially with full gear, but I'm assuming Warrior damage is you know, kind of it scales the same way. So
yeah. Alright, so the game just popped up for me now, and they're going to be getting their gates down. And it looks like WLS is actually kind of turtling in the entrance. We'll see if they're when they're going to come out. The blanket does come down there from BlukstackWLS, and so far, you know, neither team getting too aggressive just yet. Shadow Fury going to come down there onto Trilly. Trilly actually taking quite a lot of damage already. He gets Hex kind of just offensively while they're pressuring him. Hexer taking some damage here as well. And the dots are getting spread around, but we need to see those dots get up onto Hexer as well, because that is the target for his Feral. Garnet, though, taking a ton of damage already. Garnet going to get coiled up. He's down at half HP. Going to get charged off the coil. Hasn't used his Trinket down just yet, but he's 80k HP, may just die immediately. The Ascendant's NS comes out. Hexer down very low as well. I mean, Hexer getting soloed by this Feral. Imagine if he had dots. He went down so low. He was at like 80k and never had a dot on him. So great job by Fritters putting out huge amounts of pressure. Garnet has fully topped himself back off, and Hexer's still in actually a world of trouble right now. He's at 100k, and he actually gained away from his team. He could go down here. I think that was a big mistake. He went to 20k HP there before getting a heal off. And oh my god, that was actually so close to him just going down solo pretty much to that Feral Druid. He does survive for now and has to himself back off, but Trilly way far up. And Hexer are going to be having this Feral right back onto him right away, and we'll see if Foxy is going to be able to get these dots rolling on him. The dots are starting to go back up, and Hexer's actually the one kind of struggling more this game. I have to say, you know, that early damage coming out on Garnet was huge, but that was all the cooldowns, and Hexer's actually still sitting at about 200k. He's trying to get a heal off here, not able to do it just yet. He does have the Unleash up, but he's taking a lot of damage. He does get Shadow Fury. He's at 200k. We do see that the Healing Tide comes out as well, going for that Healing Surge. He's actually going to fake this, yes, nicely played, but the Skull Bash should still be available. He's going to gate out of there, though, will get back in the entrance, and is going to be able to heal himself back up for now, but Garnet still sitting at full HP, and Hexer ahead on mana, but the pressure has been coming out heavier, I think, from the FLS this game than last. And Garnet trying to fake that interrupt. It looks like he was able to fake the pummel, but the charge stun does come in. Now this heal is not going to land again. The fear comes out. There's so many interrupts here from Trille. Even with that pummel being faked, he has the charge into the fear. Trille, though, getting rotted down very hard by this Warlock, and this seems to be their strategy. We have Foxita trying to solo the Warrior, which he's actually doing, and Trille has to gate out of there, man. Trille actually almost went down just to the Warlock, just sitting so far in battle stance for so long, while Hexer was on the other side of the map, and very risky stuff there from Trille. Had they actually been able to catch him in a stun or have that throw get back to him a little bit sooner, it could have been the end of him, but he is going to be getting over onto Garnet. Garnet, once again, just being trained by this Warrior relentlessly. And he's getting quite low on mana. Hexer, though, in a lot of trouble. Hexer actually getting very, very low right now. He's at 200k. Stoneform is popped. The Unleash comes out. Can they actually get back to him? Good peels so far. We do see that Nature's Guardian does proc, but still, even with the Nature's Guardian having proc, he's not out of the woods just yet. He has so much HP. The CS comes in on the Blukstack. Garnet, healing himself up as best he can. Hexer, though, 200k HP. Does pop his Spirit Grace. He's going to get maimed on it. Really nicely played there by Fridorus. And Trille still rotting. If we can see these dots being spread out by Foxita a little bit better, they could get a kill. Hexer is going to have to drop the Link at 180k HP. Garnet may have to do the same as well. We can see the Battlemaster up there from Garnet. Nature's Guardian going to proc for him. He is going to be able to stay alive for now, but he's basically completely tapped. Blukstack going to have to pop the heals, and look at this FLS's pressure, man. Garnet's actually sitting down to drink, and that is huge. Can he get that much off? He just got 30k mana back, which is very important for them. Trille actually still so far in here. If they can get the pressure still going on him once again, that would be fantastic for them. We'll see if Foxy is going to be able to do it. The charge comes right back in onto Garnet. Hexer, in the meantime, still being trained on by this Feral Druid. He just doesn't give up on him, man. And he's not letting him get away. And the Feral Druid is just soloing Hexer here in the background. He's actually going to have to pop the Ascendance NS there without even a dot on him. And he's starting to get low on mana. And look at Trille. He knocks the Shaman away from Trille. And Trille way overextended here at 100k HP. Will he go down? 80k HP from Trille. The heal comes out. Now the dots are going to be able to be swapped over onto Hexer here. Hexer fully dotted. He's just a spell UA. But can the dots get right back up? Yes. They're reapplied immediately. Battlemaster having to be popped. That's full Demon Soul dots here onto Hexer. And Trille still sitting very, very low. Garnet fully dotted up as well. But unfortunately, that full fear into the full Hex from Fridorus. He was in caster form when he got feared, and that really killed a lot of their pressure. And Garnet now is the one in most of the trouble. Garnet at 100k HP, 150k HP. Trille still sitting low, though, and Hexer's going to get skull bashed. Will he be able to actually survive? Both teams putting out so much pressure. Garnet, though, really falling behind here at the end. I'm not sure if he has anything left. He needs to drop Spirit Link. The Spirit Link is too late, and that is going to cost them the game. The recklessness came out, and he was not able to get the Spirit Link down in time. And Garnet, unfortunately, both games actually had that Spirit Link up when he died, and not able to get it off in time, and that's going to cost them. They could have taken that game. This was really, really close, and just holding it a little bit too long was Garnet at the end. Couldn't get it off, and that's going to cost them.
Yep, each game came down to about 0.2 seconds, I'd say, on the Link. Well, yeah, the game didn't come down to that, but the Link. Unfortunately for this FLS team, they played it really, really well though. It's not a completely one-sided game. Obviously for the WLS, like you can see, like the Shaman is under a lot of pressure from that Feral Druid all game, just kind of like sitting on his back, doing tons and tons of consistent pressure onto him.
Yeah,
it was a crazy game.
It was very close, man. Like Garnet was actually Trille almost died again multiple times. He was at 100k, 80k. Yeah, with Hexer still really low, and
it looked like they had the strat down, the FLS.
Yeah,
what to kind of do.
Yeah. It was. I mean, there was a couple times when Tesoro, Foxita was just, if he could have got dots out onto Hexer, maybe they could have gotten a kill. But I kind of liked his strategy actually, because he had even just chasing after Hexer the whole time. I think that he wouldn't really been able to get as much pressure. So I actually kind of liked how they played it. Garnet just kind of pulled Trille far away from his Shaman, and just Foxita was able to just kind of spam damage into the Warrior, while his Feral just pumped damage into the Shaman. Eventually, Trille would get really low, and the Shaman would have to come out in the middle of the map, and then he'd get dotted up by Foxita. Yeah, so I think they actually played it really well.
Yeah, that's actually a common strat. Like, kind of like have the Warlock and the Shaman 2v2 the enemy DPS, and have the melee kind of go on the healer and force him back, and then the healer comes in, you kind of dot the healer while your Warlock kind of solos it. Like, that's also how a lot of Shadow Priest melee matchups kind of go as well. So really kind of cool to see that happening there from the FLS team. They played it really well, but unfortunately just not being able to get that Link off did cost them the match.